Are you singing SpongeBob music? Oh my god. Yeah. Hello. How are you guys? I hope your 2020 is going amazing so far. Mine is honestly a roller coaster of emotions so far. Not in a bad way necessarily, just up and down, like really high sometimes and then a little low. But today I am super excited to show you one of my favorite journal entries from 2020 so far. I've done a few small entries just summing up what I was doing. I love to write down like highlights of my days just so I can go back and look at them and think, oh yeah, I forgot that I saw that baby alligator that day at the lake with Connor, and it was really cool. So that's kind of what my entries have been so far. This one, I decided to go a little more collage-y and use a lot of beautiful fish as backgrounds because we're at the aquarium, right? Yeah! It was my first time going to this specific aquarium, and I've heard a lot of great things about it, but it was super expensive, so I always withheld myself from going. But one of my 2020 goals or resolutions is to spend more money on experiences, because when I look back at my year, I always think of those amazing experiences that I had and not what I bought, but those memories I had. So trying to invest more in that and not beat myself up for spending a little money on days like this. So yeah, it was really great. We saw a lot of cool creatures. It was different though. It was like an outdoor aquarium because we're in Florida and why not take advantage of that? But they had freaking lemurs, which was different. Also, I'm sorry if you hear stuff in the background. The cats are wrestling and flying onto paper and being cats. But yeah, there were lemurs, and they were snuggling and licking themselves, and it was the most adorable thing to watch in the whole universe. But yeah, it was nice. It was a little small, but granted, it was an amazing experience. I always get this feeling when I enter aquariums, and I can't really describe it, but it's like inspiring, but also calming. I think it's just the dark blue vibes that are going on. Just something about it. I don't know what it is. But I always leave with this like feeling of fulfillment and motivation to do more with my life and to do better, especially concerning my career and how that relates to the environment. So yeah, this little spread is focused on our day at the aquarium. And down there, I wrote a little verse for a poem, and it says, "The tide talks to me." And while I didn't really see any tides at the aquarium, I live super close to the beach, and every time I go, I get a similar feeling that I feel at the aquarium, and I think it's just being connected to water and being close to water. This feeling of calmness, and I say calmness as my cat just freaking obliterates this chair next to me. I'm sure you can hear it. But yeah, I just feel like I am such a water person, but I'm also such a mountain gal. I don't know. I feel super connected to water, and I feel very myself when I'm near water. And I don't know if it's because I feel comfortable in my body and I'm just like showing off at the beach or whatever, or I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just love water. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I also included this disappearing world title because obviously this is so prevalent right now from all the plastic pollution and rising sea level and coral reefs being destroyed from our chemicals and the in the sunscreen and, you know, all that shitty stuff that's going around. And sometimes I just lose faith in humanity, but I can't do that. I can't lose faith. I have to just take down the man, and by the man, I mean everyone who still uses single-use products, single-use plastics, everything. And I mean, I'm not perfect either. Everything you see right here, like that glue and the pens, all of that has plastic in it. So I'm not perfect, but if we all do a little bit, you know, like change our toothbrushes to plastic, go to a refill store, use reef-safe sunscreen. There's so many things. We all know these things, but minimal people do it. So this is your reminder to clean out your water bottle because it's probably really gross, and I need to do that myself. So that was really a reminder just for me. So here I wrote, the world around us seems to suddenly halt as we are surrounded in a tunnel of life. So here I was talking about the, you know, I feel like every aquarium has that room where you walk in and all the walls are glass, and that's usually the room with the sharks and the sea turtles, and that's exactly what this one was. And then it continues, creatures of all types looking at us in the eyes as we admire the utter rawness of simplicity. I feel like living in such small quarters like the animals do is such a simple life, and not in a negative way at all. They're just vibing, you know? They're just vibing. And yeah, so now we're moving on to some highlights of the aquarium trip. And as you may know by now, I'm absolutely horrible at spelling, so here's me Googling everything that I write down, basically, because I don't know how to spell. But some of the highlights were this freaking fish called the red drum. It was just so girthy. It was so big, and it was so long. And I've never seen a fish that big. And I loved seeing how Connor reacted to it. He was like a little kid on his hands and knees, just like looking at these fucking fish, and it was like, holy shit, I want to go fishing. And then, little did I know, I would see a freaking bigger fish. His name was Cletus, and he was a Goliath grouper, and holy shit, those things are so big. This guy was 200 pounds, and apparently they can get up to like twice that, 3 times that. Crazy. Yeah, and then we saw some lemurs snuggling and kissing, and it was just truly an amazing day, and I hope everyone has access to an aquarium or just a way to see animals and be inspired by them. I hope you enjoyed this journaling video, and I hope you have a magnificent 2020, and you achieve all of your small goals, your big goals. I hope you smiled today, and yeah, I hope to see you all soon, and